you're never around to see me though. So this style freeload is just for me to freeload. And people say that I'm illegal, like a kilo would be. But still, I lay back as if relaxing in a regal. And you can see me, you can experience this for whatever it be. Now, as we go along this path, I can see that things have changed. The ancient times are deranged, and you read the scribes in your mind, and it kind of strange. Just like your dad, you want to call me Dad'll experience the nano chips that travel through all philosophy, and it came at me and said you were rapping awesomely, and I'm like, what does that have to do? Raise up off of me. I don't understand. I feel like I'm hallucinating and delusional. Miss you. I wish that I could visit, say what up, and bring by some food and drop it off and be a responsible guy, homie or a dude, perhaps even a vato into a paisa. It all depends, and it's kind of spicy when your mom doesn't like me, so I kick back and I have some beans with some rice and try to splice these rhymes and entice the ladies on the streets and act nice. But even though inside I feel kind of mean, but hey, that's all right. Rap from the dome instead of the spleen, and you can see me really dough, and you really want to take off, and that's the way it happened, because I didn't close my escrow and I went bankrupt, and I started acting for money, started rapping like when I was your age, little sonny, and you call me bluntly and say you don't like me pulling stunts with all of you disgruntled, and so I came back and abruptly started trying to introduce myself. Not to seduce you or be some sort of conniving con artist jiving everyone who was arriving. They were all stifled and almost knifing me. They were my rivals, but I started saying prayers as if to be reading Bibles, and so they came at me and they were like, what's going on? The Heimlich maneuver, it's an emergency, someone's choking and there's no joke. And so all of a sudden you were toking your buds, or I mean you were clean and sober, acting like police and watching over each other and on your sofas with your friends, and you were all working for Kroger's, well, you know, courtesy clerks, and they said they were hiring starting next week at 9 o'clock, but your life is expiring because you came from Mein Kampf, and so they wanted to be psychiatry and say that you didn't come from yourself, that the slums and the streets arose and you were born in trash cans, and you couldn't say hi to all your bros because they slashed your hands, and they said you were stealing like a little thief, and they were all smoking on ganja leaves, and way back in the days you were gone off your head, and it was too raunchy, your family heart, the affairs, relationships, and you didn't feel smart, mentally retarded, and you had Tourette's syndrome, smoked too many cigarettes, and your parents regret they didn't like you. You were blaring raps off of your head and staring at people, and so they called up the police and said that they were well aware of you like a menace to society, and code 2, we're gonna check you, and what's going on, you explode with your crew and think that you're the number one, but you got it all wrong, and now you're screwed up in your head past that bong.